Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Mr. Ferguson. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Just wanted to give a quick update of the yard since we planted. It's been about 4.5, almost 5 weeks now. And GCI turf type tall fescue. And the yard is looking great. We've done our original Milorganite and starter fert throwdown when we seeded. And then I've done carbon XStart since then, which was about a week and a half ago. And the yard is looking beautiful. So I just wanted to show you, as you saw in the intro there, the backyard where it was totally bare. If this is the first time you're watching, obviously subscribe. We've come a long way from where we were just a couple months ago. Go back and look at the August update. The yard was completely bare out here. There was no grass, just weeds and a little bit of crabgrass. For so long, I killed everything off. And it's been dead for so long. I've actually now, with a little bit of rain, we've had not much rain here in North Carolina really this summer, not a lot of storms or anything. Now I've got some weeds popping up and I went ahead and sprayed everything with speed. And now we got a beautiful backyard. So I'm gonna quit yapping. I hope that guy's okay. That would be the public utilities guys over there working on a pump station. But let's check out what it looks like 5 weeks after seeding. And thank you guys for being here. So if you guys remember, way back last year, this is where we had a lot of Poa annua, and we did the tenacity spray, which was one of my first videos, if not the first video I ever did. And disregard the marks here. I was just watering a little bit earlier to get some in the bare areas back there that still got to come in, but this section is literally nothing but beautiful, gorgeous turf fescue now. And every time, I tell you guys, every time I pull up in the driveway, I'm just blown away at just how how beautiful it is. It's just straight up gorgeous fescue grass, and I love it. It's real thick. There's of course areas in the back that's slower to come in, but it's just gorgeous. When I cut it with my push mower, it's striping beautifully. It's just a gorgeous yard. And as you see, the green colored contrast. You know, the neighbors, they're not yard people, so they depend upon the rain to water the lawn. And we've not had a lot of rain, but it's just night and day difference between the yards here. So it is looking great. We got thick fescue, so hopefully the Poa will stay away this winter. We'll find out what kind of battle we're gonna have there. And as mentioned, back here, we've got some areas that are a little bit slower to come up, but if you remember the last couple of videos, it was kind of bare, and now with that XStart, it's starting to actually pop up back here, which is great to see. Even around the play area where there's roots and rocks, it's starting to come up. We do have, you know, like I said, here's an area where it's a little slow, but that's fescue. It's just not popping up as quick as the other sections, and even by my shed, it's popping up down here. So it's looking good overall. I'm happy. This is the area I was just watering, and as you see, we keep going. It's a little bit thicker over here. There is some, I'm curious about this section over here because there's areas on the berm here that was growing, and now it seems to be slowing down, and I don't know why that is. There's still grass there, but it's just not taking off like the areas around it. As you see, look at these little patches. I'm curious to know what the little patches are about, because I'm not sure, unless it's ants or some kind of insect trying to mess with it. But we still got Bermuda here again in North Carolina, so the Bermuda is trying to hang on, but as you see, it's turning brown, so it's starting to fade out and the fescue's coming up. So we'll have to deal with this during the summer. I'm going to have this Bermuda, obviously is going to pop back up, but for now we're okay. It's starting to die out, and the fescue's coming up in between it, as you see there. So looking good. So the side yard is looking pretty good. And remember, all of this was not killed off. This is all what I had naturally. So and then the bare area right here, as you can see, we still got some baby grass popping up here, so that works. And I got a lot of this clover coming up. So I'm gonna pay attention to this. I don't know if this is cool season, warm season, if the winter will actually kill that stuff off, but I'll be paying attention to that to see what's going on. And then the front yard, you know, this is where a tree was. So this area I need to level off, actually put some compost down or something. But front yard's looking pretty good. Obviously I'm favoring the backyard because it's the new GCI grass, where this was all existing. So whatever type of seed I put down before, I overseeded with GCI seed, but the existing grass is not GCI. So we may just have to keep overseeding the front yard to get more peat seed in here. But it's looking pretty good. There's some areas I'm not happy with. Obviously the Bermuda areas are still fighting and trying to hang on. But overall, it's looking nice. Much improved than what it was. And then this area, as we saw in the last videos, was completely bare and killed off. New grass coming in here, so looking great. And we'll look at the side and the mailbox real quick. So this is the area we were talking about last time. Tons of Bermuda here. Possibly in the future will be having to be killed off and redone. But as you can see, the fescue is starting to come up pretty tall with that last application of fertilizer. Here comes the truck, so the utility guys. So anyways, it's starting to come up with the fescue, so it's looking good. There's some wild grass here. I just sprayed some Humic 12 and some what was it, Humic 12 and microgreen the other day, so not sure it got watered in good. But you know, here's obviously the existing versus the new. But here was where we killed off all this section up here by the mailbox. Looking absolutely stunningly gorgeous, mixed in with the existing grass. So when I cut it, once this thickens up and matures more, it should look a little better. But very, very happy with this section. This lower section needs some work down in the hill area, the downhill area, but looking really good. And again, as mentioned, the front yard, there's an area over here by the tree, right here in this gully, that's not ideal. It's not as green. Not sure what's going on here, so need to pay attention to this over time and see what we need to do there. But overall, front yard's looking great. And lastly, let's go over here one more time and show you the backyard, the side. And this is probably the most improved area right here. Again, this is where we did POA, back over here. So this side area, I kept all this area right here intact and just overseeded. So you got some Bermuda and you got some fescue still trying to come up, but looking great. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. So night and day difference from that August update for sure. I just go back and look, and the work that I've done is actually paying off, and it looks great. All right, and that'll do it for this video, guys. Just in wrapping up, I just want to let you know, my neighbor across the street went with True Green. I don't know if I mentioned it in the video a while back, but we had a True Green guy coming through the neighborhood and talked to me and said, yeah, you got a lot of work to do. And, you know, we debated it with the money and all that, and just decided I was going to do it myself. And nothing against my neighbor. He's a great guy. He was, you know, obviously he don't have time to work in his yard all the time, and hired True Green. But I don't know if you can see it, but across the street, I can't zoom in, but he's got green grass coming in there. It's just patchy, and obviously True Green has a lot of yards, and they can't pay, you know, attention to his, you know, as much as he would like. So anyways, I'm very happy with what I've done, because obviously, like other people will tell you, you've got one yard, and when you know your yard and you have one job to take care of, you can do it better than any lawn care company if you have the time to do it. So very happy with what we've done. Highly encourage you guys to look at those biostimulants from Greene County. It's called the Next products, RGS, Aerate, Dethatch, Green Effect, those things. When I sprayed that RGS on the seed, guys, it really took that seed and shot it up. I did tenacity at first just to prevent any weeds as a, you know, preventative measure, because tenacity won't kill your seed. Now, one interesting thing I was going to show, but I didn't, was that it did look like it stunted the growth over by the gutter, but that area also doesn't get a whole lot of sunlight at my house, so that could be one factor why that grass is still struggling to mature. But again, as you see, go back, watch the older videos. We've come a long ways just from aerating, seeding, fertilizing, and watering. This yard has really taken off, and it is one of the best yards in the neighborhood, 100% without a doubt. Multiple people have come by and said, man, your yard looks great now. It looked like the desert back there. And the kids are anxious to run in it and want to play in it, but I'm trying to keep them off as long as possible. And with Halloween coming up, I put down some microgreen, as I mentioned earlier, to try to get that color pop going. So it's greening up. It's looking good, guys. Again, if you can subscribe. We're going to try to get one more application of fertilizer down before it actually hits 55 degrees in the soil and the grass quits growing completely. Again, I'm in North Carolina, so we have a little bit longer than folks up north to continue to work on the yard and we get growth out of the new seed. So it's looking great. Hope to get another application of Milorganite in, and we'll go from there and get that nitrogen built up for winter, and then when spring comes, it should really kick off and look great. Thank you guys again for watching. Subscribe if you're not, and we'll see you next time.